The black gold card of Charlie was sent to him by Steven, and the password was set at the beginning. Because this card was rarely used, Charlie never changed the password. When Steven gave this card to Charlie, the password of the card was Charlie's birthday in the lunar calendar, and Elaine guessed it by mistake. Now, Elaine wants to take away all the money in this card. Because Dong Tao did not have the authority to check the identity of the card owner, he could not determine who Elaine was. Moreover, out of respect for the owner of the black gold card, he could only do business. Thinking of this, he complimented, "Are you sure you want to transfer 21.9 billion to this ICBC card, right?" Elaine said impatiently, "I'm sure, what are your ink marks?" "Hurry up." Dong Tao was taken aback and nodded hurriedly and said, "Okay, I'll help you handle it." Afterwards, he immediately entered Elaine's account on the computer. After confirming that it was correct, he clicked confirm, and then said to Elaine, "Please enter your password again to confirm." Elaine can't wait to enter the password. Dong Tao said immediately, "I am reminding that the money has been transferred out." Elaine hurriedly turned on the phone, opened her mobile bank, went in and took a look, and asked in surprise, "Why haven't it arrived?" Dong Tao hurriedly said, "Don't worry, this is 21.9 billion after all. The banking system has to repeatedly confirm such a large amount and report it to the central bank for the record, so it will take a while to get the account." Elaine was a little impatient, and asked, "Are UFC King bullshitting with me? Have to wait? How long will it take?" Dong Tao said, "This is uncertain. If it is fast, it will take tens of minutes. If it is slow, it will be up to 1 working day." Elaine said angrily, "Why is it going to take so long? Let it be faster, or I will let you Citibank fire you." Dong Tao said helplessly, "This is not something I can control, it's the central bank's decision. Even if you go to the court to sue me, I can't help it." Elaine saw that Dong Tao was indeed unable to affect this speed, and said angrily, "I knew it was so slow. I would transfer 1 million first, and then transfer the rest. I am really mad at myself now." Dong Tao hurriedly said, "You can wait here for a while and have a look." She was already scratching her heart at this time. 21.9 billion. She felt uncomfortable when the account arrived 1 second late. But she has no other way, she can only wait. So she said coldly, "I'm waiting here, go and pour me a cup of coffee." "Want the best one?" Dong Tao hurriedly said, "I'll go and pour it for you." At this moment, after Charlie came out of the kitchen, Jacob waved at him, smiled and said, "Good son-in-law, come sit down and have a cup of tea." "Okay." There was no one at home, and Charlie didn't be polite with Jacob, so he sat directly in front of him. Jacob hurriedly poured him a cup of tea, and said with a smile, "Oh, thanks to your blessing, I have the opportunity to sit in this big villa and drink tea. Come and taste it." Charlie nodded, smiled and said, "Thank you, Dad." After speaking, he picked up the teacup and took a bite, shaking his head secretly. Jacob really didn't have much money, and he lived relatively cheaply. The tea was worth up to 300 a kilogram, and he still enjoyed drinking it. Jacob smiled and said at this time, "This tea is a good thing. I secretly bought it from the granddaughter of a tea farmer on WeChat. It was 5,000 a kilogram. I was not willing to buy more, so I bought 2 taels. I usually don't want to drink it." Charlie asked in surprise, "The tea farmer's granddaughter? It's not the grandfather who is sick and has no money to see a doctor, and sells his top-quality tea cheaply?" "Oh, how do you know?" Jacob smiled and said, "Good tea is also to be picked up, and the opportunity is rare. If you drink it well, I will get you some when I look back." Charlie sighed helplessly, and said, "Dad, you have cheated people. Those are all routines, not true." "How is it possible?" Jacob said with a serious face, "I'm so good with little girls." There are still many videos and photos in the circle of friends. Charlie smiled and said, "It's all fabricated fake materials. Maybe it's a big guy who is talking with you." When speaking, Charlie also secretly thought in his heart that Jacob had indeed had a hard time. He had never seen any good things. The tea that he drank with his father when he was young was not sold by 2 pounds, but by grams, and no tea was cheaper than gold. However, this kind of good thing, father-in-law must have never tasted it. It seems that he has a chance to make some good tea for him, so that he will also have a long experience. At this moment, his mobile phone suddenly received a text message. Dear Mr. Charlie, your black gold card account was successfully transferred out of RMB 21,900,000,000.00 at 15:02 today. Charlie frowned when he saw this text message. Charlie, who had always been calm, couldn't help being dumbfounded when he saw this short breath. In his Citibank black gold card, there are a total of a little over 21.9 billion in deposits. Among them, when Stephen first sent the card, there were 10 billion in it. Then he pitted Kobayashi Pharmaceutical twice. The first time he pitted Kobayashi's president Masao Kobayashi for 10 billion. After his death, Masao Kobayashi pitted his second son for $1 billion. A few days ago, Mr. Song gave him another $1 billion card. He had nowhere to deal with it, so he put the money into this card. The total revenue is 22 billion. But I didn't spend a lot of money, so in total he still has 21.9 billion plus tens of millions of change. Now they were transferred away at 21.9 billion. Who did it?